connected to everything, and that's why I'm in everything. All eyes on me, all eyes on everything. That means everything. Eyes connected to everything.
He gonna play that background music here in a second.
Okay.
Go ahead. I don't know if y'all, that is the bomb. I love it. It's just, it makes everything so mellow, you know. I really do. This is things people don't want to talk about. Brought to you by me, God Level. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Home of the original St. Paul. If you don't know what that is, you can only get it right here in the Midwest. You got to actually come to St. Louis, which right now is not a good time. Wait till things calm down. It is too hot in the city. It is too hot right now. I am a mother. I'm a nurse. I'm an aunt. I'm a Gigi. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a friend. I'm a cousin. I am everything good. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
John Skywalker, the Sly Talker here, lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer, lover of life, student of psychology, and I'm a father. 5 albums. I have 5 hip-hop albums available on all major streaming platforms. Dimensions, Higher Dimensions, Final Dimension. This one right here is Light Benders, The Law of Affirmations. These are positive, conscious hip-hop albums, true to lyricism, true to the culture. Go ahead and plug in if you're looking for that. Salute.
Salute. Saba Diamond, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
I am Coach D, formerly known as Saba Diamond. I still am Saba Diamond to my students, but to my clients, I'm Coach D, and I am the owner and founder of the Abode of Osar Institute of Personal Excellence, LLC, where we have the Sacred Geometric program where you climb the ladder to your personal excellence. So just keep on the lookout for more about that. Only for serious inquiries only. We ain't playing around over here.
Yeah, don't waste my time. That's don't waste my time. But do you want to be called Coach D now from here on out? Are you changing?
Well, you know, yeah, it's whichever one. It doesn't matter. I get both of them still. You know.
Yeah, that's what's up. We have a special guest tonight, Mr. Mike Lee. I don't know if you all caught the last podcast that we did, the last stream that we did. We brought him up at the end of the show. We were actually talking to you while we were doing the podcast, and I was texting you about coming on to talk about life insurance. So, Mike, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Mike Lee. I'm based out of the Washington, D.C. area, and I represent a company called Focused on Community. Now, Focused on Community, we are a community-focused life insurance collaborative. And what makes us a collaborative is we're not a sales force. Our focus is not the sale of life insurance. Yes, we do sell a tremendous amount of life insurance, sure. However, our focus is the education of 501c8 not-for-profit life insurance entities. Most people have never heard of a 501c8. If you hear my voice, you probably ain't never heard of a 501c8. Today, we're gonna be breaking it down and explaining to you what comes with these not-for-profit programs and why you should know about it.
Say.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was just responding to brother's text message. He's having some problems. Guess they're doing a little bit of update on his phone, on his computer right now. So we'll just wait for him to come in. I don't know. I'm still discombobulated from yesterday.
Yeah. So, Mike, if someone wants to procure a insurance policy, what do they have to do? You know, how can I make that happen? Well, no. In fact, before we go into the how they can do that, why should they care?
I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna break y'all off, okay? So first and foremost, life insurance is the easiest way to pass on generational wealth to the next generation. The easiest way, not the only way, but the easiest way. What a lot of people don't realize is buying life insurance is buying money for your family. We do all these things. We invest in this and invest in that. And we got crypto to try to turn $1 into $2. But what if I told you you could turn $1 into $2, but it's going to be for your family, right? That's what we call love. That's what we call generational wealth and generational changing, right? So that's the first thing, the reason why life insurance is important. Number two, we all gonna get up out of here at some point. We all gonna get up out of here. And there is a right way and a wrong way to die, okay? We see people die the wrong way all the time. We see the GoFundMes, we see the fish fry. I love fish, but not for that occasion, right? We see it all the time, especially in our communities. However, if we understood that it is this simple to protect ourselves and make sure that our family doesn't have to bear that burden, then we'll be ahead of the curve. A lot of people are saying, you know, if all Black people had life insurance, then there'll be less killings and this, that, and the third. I don't know if that theory is necessarily true, but what I do know is we all need to be educated on how it works and why it works, okay? Right. Now, here's the biggest caveat, John. Everyone has heard of State Farm, right? Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
State Farm is there.
Right? They pay tens and millions of dollars for you to remember that slogan and be able to say it on demand. They pay money for that. And guess what? It is the consumer who is paying for those commercials. Just like any commercial that you see. Most likely it's going to be a little bit more expensive than something that's generic, right? Mm-hmm. So for-profit life insurance companies, they have shareholders, meaning you can buy State Farm stock right now. You can buy Allstate stock. You can buy Primerica stock right now, meaning their objective is to increase their bottom line. Their objective is to make more money. Right. If I am a shareholder, I want your objective to be make more money so I can make more money. However, there are organizations called 501c8 organizations, 501c8, which are not for-profit life insurance companies. And because they're not for profit, number one, they're going to be cheaper than the big name companies that we hear on the television all the time. One, because they don't have the overhead, okay? And then number two, all of their programs or all of their policies comes with programs that every single one of their members can access. Scholarship money, and I'm gonna dive into it in a bit. Scholarship money, grant money, online learning courses. They'll write your will for free. If you got diabetes, they'll send you medications in the mail. They'll allow you to apply for a grant from hundreds to thousands of dollars every single quarter, right? It's money that they are required to give for them to maintain their not-for-profit status. So instead of them putting tens of millions of dollars for you to remember their slogans like a good neighbor, they put that same money into their members. They call them member benefits. So that's what we're going to be talking about a little bit today. Like, this is something that has been happening for over 140 years. So this concept isn't new. It's just new to us. It's just new to us, you know? So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay. I recently picked up life insurance from you all.
Same.
A nice size amount.
Yes.
And I'm comfortable. I'm at peace. I'm comfortable. I'm at peace knowing.
Just want to say peace. Introduce myself real quick. I'm King Newborn. I'm Newborn Everything. You can follow me on all social media platforms. And as always, I am of service to our community. Peace. Welcome, my brother Mike Lee. I've been looking for you, sir. I really need to do some business with you.
We'll be talking for sure.
Can I finish my little statement?
I apologize, God
it's
level.
Okay. Now I'm surrounded by 4 men. Lord have mercy.
Peace and blessings to each one of these beautiful people on the panel. Again, welcome, Mike Lee. It's a gracious pleasure to have you back on the panel again. Yes. Life insurance. Matter of fact, I think you put it as non-profit life insurance.
That's right.
That part.
He just explained it. How big
Peace,
company.
Peace, Coach D.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to look at your mic because it's making me think of my mic. Coach D. The mic.
Oh, yeah, the light is on.
The light.
Oh, man.
I have a new mic and it don't work. I'm so mad. I'm like.
It works. The light don't work.
It don't work.
It works. It was working.
The big mic was not working.
Okay.
I apologize, God love. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah,
I just want to
I
introduce myself real quick.
was going to get to that. I just wanted to
Yeah.
comment on what he was saying. I seen, I seen you come in. Okay. Well,
Peace and
Mike,
love.
like I was saying, I'm at peace knowing that, in the event of me transitioning out of here, that my children are going to have funds left behind to take care of any debt that I may have left behind, and also money that they can invest in themselves, in their family, in their future, for themselves, So yeah.
Well, I want to say, Brother Mike was breaking down how we can get rid of that type of debt even before we pass.
Yeah.
He spoke on that heavily. Oh, I'm sorry. I was paying attention.
Still discombobulated from yesterday.
I was going to ask,
it's
since you were speaking on the benefits, can you expound on some of the benefits that a lot of people wouldn't know that you would get with a life insurance policy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive deeper. Let me go all the way back to the basics, right? So, most of us have heard of 501c3 entities, right? Churches, schools, charitable organizations. Some of us have 501c3s. It is what it is. But that 3 is just a type. There's actually 29 different 501c categories that people set up their businesses in, so they don't have to pay federal income taxes. Okay, so let's start with a 501c1. You can open up a checking account with a for-profit bank, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, SunTrust, etc. Or you can open up your checking account with a not-for-profit bank. We call them federal credit unions. So Navy Fed is a 501c1 not-for-profit entity. Okay. Now, we all heard growing up, Big Mama always said, if you're going to buy a house, if you're going to buy a car, go ahead and establish a good relationship with a credit union. Why? Because you're going to get, the lowest fees. You're going to get the best interest rates. They're going to give you the new home buyer seminar for free. They're going to give you member benefits. They're going to give you programs. Okay. Now, the for-profit banks, they're not required to give you programs. Alongside of those for-profit life insurance companies, they have shareholders. You can buy Bank of America stock right now. You can buy it right now. That means that their objective is to appease their shareholders. However, on the not-for-profit side, you have Navy Fed, whose objective, they are for the people, not for the profit. Yes, they make a ton of money. Okay, they're a bank. They make money. This company is a life insurance company. They make money. However, their objective is not the money, it's the people, not the profit. Okay. So if that makes sense to people, I always tell people, if you have a bank account and that makes sense to you, the exact same thing is happening in the life insurance industry. The exact same thing is happening in the life insurance industry. The difference is it's not low fees and good interest rates. You have programs that we can be using on a daily basis. For example, they have a community grant program and a care grant program. So if I wanted to do something in the community, let's say I'm somebody who already does book bag jobs, already does coat jobs, already feeds the homeless. That's me. That's me. I'm already doing the stuff. However, I don't have to take the money out of my own back pocket. I can use OPM. I can use other people's money to make sure that my community is fixed, right? It's school time now. So across the country, we got over 1,500 people representing our organization. Across the country, we had so many book bag jobs, it would blow your mind. I got picture after picture after picture after picture. Guess what? It's starting to get cold outside. Guess what's about to start happening? These coat jobs. At these schools, guess what they're looking for? Oh, well, bring in some food so we can give it to people. People can do a food drive. You can get $200 to $2,000 worth of food to serve a community. I do it at the homeless shelters all the time. Right after Thanksgiving, when everything gets real again, guess what? I show up with my hands full. I'm not coming asking for a handout. I'm showing up with my hands full, but that money isn't coming out of my own pocket. I'm leveraging, right? I'm leveraging. This has been happening for over 140 years. So the concept isn't new. It's just new to us. You're going to hear that again. Okay. They have another program where they give away over 300 scholarships every single year. This ain't the Google scholarships. You can't go online and say, hey, look, let me see what they got out here. This is specifically to 501c8 organizations. So it's low-hanging fruit for those of us that want to go to college, for those of us that want some funding, right? It's low-hanging fruit because not all 501c8 members have kids going to college at the same time. That's not how that works, okay? And by the way, they give away 300 scholarships. They're $10,000 each. This ain't no rinky-dink scholarship. This ain't rinky-dink, right? They have an online learning platform where they give away and they give people access to over 200 online learning courses. You can learn about finance, how to boost my credit score, how does my 401k, 403b work. You can learn about cybersecurity. For those of us that was like me that went to college and lost the first 2 years studying something that you didn't have no business studying, let's not do that for our kids. Let's get them a head start. Let's get them in some of these online courses so they can get a head start and say, hey, this is something that I gravitate towards. Okay? They have another, literally I can do this all day. They have another program where they have what's called a Renew scholarship, where if you're older, if you're tenured, we ain't old, we're tenured, right? If you're tenured like us, then you can actually apply for a $1,000 reimbursement for you to go back to school. Professional certifications. We always going out here getting these new certs and things like that. You, God level, John, y'all. I know y'all are members. Right? You can apply for stuff like that. You know, and the list goes on, bro. The list goes on. If you want me to continue, I can. I can do this all day.
You told me I can get a check for just going back to school.
Yes. You shouldn't be going through anything. They have something that's called member deals, okay? This is a discount club where you get discounts on things that you buy every day. Right now, 60% off of Sam's Club, right? Right now, 80% off of Microsoft Office lifetime membership, lifetime license. They got a program through restaurant.com where you can get a $25 gift certificate for $2. For $2. Tickets to the movies, ticket to the shows. Beyonce was in town. Guess what? Tickets to Beyonce, right? Tickets to rental cars, hotels. All this stuff is discounted because you are a member. And the craziest part is they're required to do this for them to maintain their not-for-profit status. They're required to do this. It is ridiculous. Again, this concept isn't new. It's just new to us, right? If you know credit unions exist, you have to know that this exists. You have to know that it's in the realm of possibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me ask a question. Speaking of credit unions, how do they do anything for their members? Like, let's say with small businesses, is there any benefits towards small business funding or anything like that?
So when it comes to credit unions, we don't work in banking. We always use it as an example. However, I will tell you there are credit unions out there that does help small businesses. How do I know that? Okay. Because Navy Fed is one of them. They call me every time I open an LLC. Guess who's calling me? Navy Fed. Every time I start a business, they're calling me, which I love. I have several of my businesses run through them because of the same reason: lowest fees, best interest rates. If you don't have a business account, open it up through Navy Fed. There's programs. It's easier to get the credit card. You know, you get a higher credit limit. All these things is because they're not for profit. Good people down in Navy Fed, I love them too. But if they want to maintain their not-for-profit status, they're required to do this. So as a people, we need to be taking advantage of the advantage. Time out for us to be paying full price for a life insurance policy. You're overpaying already, just so you know, FYI. And all you're getting is a death benefit. This ain't life insurance. All you're getting is a death benefit. However, with a not-for-profit life insurance company, you can access grant money, you can access this, you can access that. So there's a huge difference between value and price. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was asking about, any kind of grant money for small businesses through the insurance, the life insurance company. That's
so not for small businesses through the 501c8s. The grant money is for a one-day volunteer event. Okay. So what you want is people to be able to come and congregate to do different things in the community, book bag jobs, coat jobs. You can build a garden. I know we are all health conscious. You can have people build a garden, like literally. but it's not going to be specifically for a business.
I gotcha. Okay, understood. And what's the name of your company again?
Focused on community.
Okay.
Focused on community. Our name and our mission is the same. We're focused on community.
Okay.
Oh, focus on.
And I would say one other thing, for those of us that have life insurance.
Tanner has a question. Yeah. A question. Who are these non-for-profit life insurance company? Any examples? You just gave one.
So there are thousands and thousands and thousands of for-profit life insurance companies out there. There's only a handful of not-for-profit life insurance companies, and even less that will allow anybody to become members of them. So that's what we do as a company is we screen it out, we iron it out, we say, look, hey, this is your situation. Here's the company that we should get you with. So if you want, we can always discuss it for sure. Let's see. Taking advantage of the advantage. Hey, let's go, John. Hey, you already know, bro.
It was.
Hey, I got bars. Don't sleep. I got bars. But no, we can always discuss, what companies, what's the best route, all that stuff, because it's going to be different per person. So I don't want to go out and say, hey, do this if that's not something that people can actually get approved with.
Okay.
All right. So if anyone was interested, right, what would the process look like? It's a pretty difficult process.
Nope. It's as simple as it comes. Literally, we will take 20, 30 minutes and we'll go through a health questionnaire. That health questionnaire, it doesn't matter if you got all yeses on the questionnaire, we can still get you some insurance. Don't matter. Don't matter if you had a heart attack 3 years ago. For a lot of people, we can still get you first aid coverage. It don't matter if you got diabetes. They actually got a program that helps people that have diabetes. They send them discounted medications in the mail. So we literally just set up a 15 to 20 minute consultation. We ask the medical questions, we figure out your date of birth, and then we're an education company. So what we do is we just slow down and we say, look, here's how term insurance works. Here's how the permanent insurance works. Okay, here's your options. The reason we do that is because you have some companies that only provide term and they say, oh, don't get that permanent life insurance, don't get the whole life. You wasting your time and your money. And then you got some people that only provide whole life and they say, oh, don't get that term. You wasting your time and your money. But that's not it. There's pros and cons to both. So we break that down and then we find something that falls into your budget. After we educate you, we go through the 5 different reasons why people buy life insurance. Okay. I'll fly through them. DIMES, DIMES, like a dime, right? D stands for death and final expense. It costs $10,000 to $20,000 to die nowadays.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
$10,000 to $20,000. Either you have it or somebody's going to have it, but that's how much it costs. A lot of people get a life insurance policy to make sure that that's taken care of. The I stands for income replacement. If I pass away, my income passes away. That's a significant hit on the people that depend on my income. My family, they stuck like Chuck if they ain't got no money coming in, right? So I is income replacement. M is mortgage protection, simply meaning when people buy a house, it's okay to rent, it's okay to own, but for those people that own a home, when they buy a house, they want to protect that investment, meaning if I die, I don't want this house to go right back to the bank like it usually does in our community. Because you can't just drop a mortgage in people's laps and expect for them to just pick it up. They got their own rents, they got their own mortgages, etc. So you can get life insurance to make sure that when you die, the house is paid off for the family, or half of it, or 12 months, or at least so the family don't have to leave the funeral and start making decisions right away, right? Buy your family time, buy them time. Yeah. E stands for endowments. That's our children. We want to make sure my kids got $50,000 each, make sure they straight, right? Charities, organizations, making sure that the things that we care about, we're leaving our footprint. We're leaving our thumb on that, right? And then the S stands for savings and retirement. What does that mean? There's a ton of people, literally I travel the country a lot right now, teaching people how to protect their money. If you got your money in your 401k, 403b, TSP, IRA, Roth IRA, all of that stuff, you probably lost 17% in 2022. 17% of your money. That's your money. That's your nest egg. However, you don't have to lose money in the market. And guess what? It's going to get worse. We're literally in a war right now. If y'all haven't checked the news, we're in war. The banks are failing. Some of the biggest banks that we've ever seen in the history of the United States have failed, right? The market is going down. It's going down, right? About to make me start singing, Young Jock.
No, keep going.
But you don't have to participate in those losses. You can get the gains of the market and none of the losses. It goes up, flattens out, goes up, flattens out. One of the things that I teach people is, okay, let's say somebody has $100,000 and they lose 50%. The market goes down 50%, right? 2008, it went down 40%. So let's say the market goes down 50%. That means you now have $50,000 because you lost 50% of your money. Okay. Now, the very next year, let's say the market goes up 50%. A lot of people think, oh, well, I got $100,000. No, you don't, sweetheart. You're not getting 50% of what you had. You're getting 50% of the 50,000 that you have. You don't get credit for what you had. So now, even though the market went right back up, you got $75,000. That is common. That happens whether the market goes down 40%, 50%, or 5%. It takes twice as long for your money to get back up to where it was for you to be able to just be where you were. So we help people protect themselves. We help people make sure that they're getting the gains of the market, none of the losses, and they're collecting their money tax-free. So those are the reasons why people get life insurance. We talk you through that. We show you numbers that make sense for you, and then we help you out. It usually takes maybe 2 or 3 days for the insurance companies to get back to you, and you're good to go.
That's it. That's it. And I have a nice little policy for my children.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
We ain't gonna discuss no details. We ain't gonna talk no details. But yes, you do. They're gonna be straight.
No, they're gonna
be straight.
They're gonna be straight. Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's
IULs?
What's
Yes,
IUL?
absolutely.
Ooh.
I can explain IULs. An IUL is an indexed universal life insurance policy. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all some game. There's a book that's called "What Would the Rockefellers Do?" What would the Rockefellers do? IULs is how the Rockefellers build generational wealth. As soon as their child turns 14 days old, because that's the earliest that you can get a life insurance policy, they will get their child an indexed universal life insurance policy that's going to get the gains of the market and none of the losses, right? And because they're so young, the cost of insurance is so cheap, right? So this is how an IUL works. When you buy a life insurance policy, it's not just one price. There's 3 prices actually, okay? There's 3 prices when you buy a life insurance policy. The first price is the minimum price, okay? So I'm gonna use regular numbers. Let's say the minimum price of this policy is $100 a month, okay? I tell people don't pay the minimum. It's kind of like a credit card. You don't wanna just sit on that minimum, okay? You wanna pay the target premium. So you have a minimum, you have a target. Let's say that target premium is $150, okay? Now, the insurance companies determine the minimum premium and the target premium. The third premium is called the maximum premium. The maximum premium, okay? And that third premium is determined by the IRS. It's determined by the IRS. This is why. Let's say I have a policy and the minimum premium is $100. The target premium is $150, but the maximum premium is $500. The difference between that $150 and the $500 that I'm putting into this, that $350, is going into the market and it's just working for me. It's going to work. Cost of insurance has been taken care of. That $350 is going to work, getting 6%, 7%, 8%, 9%, 10%, whatever the market is doing, is going to work, right? So then what happens is this money is compounding over time. And then once you get to a certain age, you're going to take the money out slowly. You don't want to take out the lump sum, you want to take the money out slowly. Let's say somebody has $500,000 that has been accumulated and compounded. If they take out $500,000, that money ain't working for them no more. But if they take out $60,000, that means $440,000 of it is still getting the gains of the market. It's still working for you. So they take the money out slowly, take it out slowly, take it out slowly, okay? The other thing about the IULs, it's a huge 401k alternative, 403b alternative. Why? Because the people that got their money in the 401k, Ups and downs in the market. Ups and downs in the market. Okay. Other thing about the 401k, if you take your money out before age 59 and a half, guess what? There's a 10% penalty. 10% penalty. So if you want to take $100,000 out for a down payment, you're not taking $100,000 out. You're taking $110,000 out. Okay. And they're going to add that to the amount of money that you make for the year. So if you make $100,000, not that year, you make $210,000 that year. And now you ain't at a 24% tax bracket. You at a 32% tax bracket. I study this. This is what happens all the time. They created the 401k for this reason, because they needed a way to tax the wealthy, to tax the people that was making money. Okay. The third thing about the 401k is tax deferred money. What does that mean? That means, let's say I make $100,000 for easy numbers. And let's say I put $10,000 into my 401k. I'm not telling the government I make $100,000. Disregard this $10,000. I make $90,000. I want y'all to tax me on the 90. Don't tax me on the 100. And the government is like, okay, I'm gonna tax you on this 90. Here's the issue. Would you rather be taxed on your seed, or would you rather be taxed on your harvest? Right? Would you rather them tax your little $10,000 this year and $10,000 next year and $10,000 the next year? Or would you rather be taxed on your $1 million that you've accumulated? They want you to go through the ups and downs of the 401. They want you to go through 2008 and 2022. Because once you're done going through that, tax man, yeah, that's me, he's coming. And he don't care if your $1 million has gone down to 600,000. He's gonna be like, yeah, let me get mine. So now your 600,000 has gone down to 450,000, right? The IUL prevents all of that. It prevents all of that. It is how the wealthy people do it. If you make more than $153,000 a year, you can't even put your money into a Roth IRA, right? Executives make more than that. This is how they do it. This is how they do it. So that's how it works. We can obviously explain that to you as well.
Very nice. Very informative.
Yeah.
Very.
We're glad we
Created
reached
a
out.
product, man.
Yeah, and we don't know. Somebody put this is a hidden gem. It is.
It is a hidden gem that's not so hidden. It's hiding in plain sight. You just got to find the people that know how to really break it down and explain it. Because you got to remember, our parents are the generation that went through the slick back sales guy coming down with picking up checks and depositing some of them into their bank account and depositing some of them into other bank accounts. Our parents went through that. It was just in the 70s when Prudential was charging black people 3 times more than they were white people.
Wow.
Just in the 70s.
Right.
That's what our parents remember. So there's a lot of miseducation in the life insurance industry. Why do our parents not have life insurance? That's why. Why do we not have life insurance? Because what our parents teach us becomes our inner voice.
Yeah. And because of what they went through.
Because of what they went through.
We don't trust somebody coming door to door selling us life insurance. And then when something actually happens and we go to try to use it, it ain't no good, or the money is not there, or something is wrong. And you've been paying into this policy. You know, here you think for 10, 15, 20 years, and then when you actually need it, you can't use it. So you feel in some kind of way. So I get it.
Yep.
I get it. Yep.
You
know, who can we trust, you know, when it comes to something like this? You know, end of life, you know, when that transition happened and you need that funeral or that cremation and the money to pay for those bills that have been left behind, you know, the house. Oof, it's a lot. So yeah, it's a lot. So yeah.
It is frustrating for me, being someone who's been doing this for 7 years. I've had a lot of death claims, unfortunately. I've had a ton of death claims. However, every time I have one, I literally had one last weekend. I had a client call me at 1 o'clock in the morning saying, hey, my dad passed. We need to get the policy settled. I sent them the information, all that stuff. But what it reminds me every single time is thank God that they had it.
Yeah.
Thank God that they had it. You know, we have bills, but this is the most important bill that we have. This is the one that we shouldn't let lapse.
Yeah.
Because this is generational. This ain't the phone bill. You can get the phone turned back on next week. You good. Miss a couple conversations, but don't miss this life insurance.
Right.
You know, so.
Do y'all have any questions for Mr. Mike?
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a very good question. Ivy Tanner says, so what are 3 non-profit insurance benefit programs we as Black people should all be looking for? That's a very good question.
Number one, we need to be using those grants. Okay. You need to get you a policy and you need to utilize that grant money. I get it every quarter. Every quarter I'm going out and I'm doing something in the community and I'm saying, look, y'all can do this too. Come do your own book bag drive. Come do your own coat drives. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we need to be tapping into the scholarships. Okay, they give away 300 of them. This ain't no game. They give away 300 scholarships. Name another company that gives away 300 scholarships. Nike gives away the boy and the girl scholarship. Adidas gives away the man and the female scholarship, male and female scholarship. They give away 300 of them and not everybody knows about it. So we definitely need to be taking advantage of the scholarship program. And then number three, we need to be taking advantage of the member deals because there's things that we buy every single day that we're overpaying for. Why? Because they have it discounted. They have an entire discount club for you. Like, don't take your kids to no movies for full price. Don't buy no popcorn for full price. They got a discount for that. Don't take them to an amusement park for full price. Don't go to no ball game for full price. Don't go to Sam's Club for full price. Like, what are we doing? Like, we have to take it. Me and John, we're going to get on the mic, but we have to take advantage of the advantage.
Oh, okay.
All right, serious question here. Can that be combined with our AARP discounts? Just asking. So you said popcorn. I'm always.
It can't be combined, Coach D. But what I will tell you is, it doesn't matter how big or small your life insurance policy is. So you can get something dirt cheap. You can get something just so you can take advantage of the programs. I know a lot of people, they say, look, I got a life insurance policy. I've had it for 20 years. You know, there's no way you can beat this price. Cool. I'm cool with that. It might make sense just to get something cheap so you can take advantage of all the programs.
Gotcha.
I like to point something out. I was paying $10. What I'm paying for the life insurance I have now, I was paying $10 less a month for not even a quarter of what I have with this company now. Not even a quarter. Like, man. So yeah, get with these guys. Make sure your children are good when you leave here, you know.
And make sure your children are good while you're here. Get them a life insurance policy. Like, it is so cheap to get a child a life insurance policy. Literally, you can get them $50,000 worth of coverage for like $15 a month.
That's
something ridiculous. Like, something absolutely ridiculous. Like, why don't we give them a head start? You can get them $150,000 worth of insurance. You can get them $500,000 worth of insurance, but lock in a price now while they're young. Because the older you are, the more expensive it is. The younger you are, the cheaper it is.
Now, will that change as they get older?
Yeah, it's gonna get more expensive as they get older.
No, with you all. With you all.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if I was to get my daughter some life insurance policy, she's 15, and I get $100,000. That's what, $20 a month, maybe. That price is not going to change.
No, you lock in the
as she
price.
gets older.
Nope. That's why.
What about health and illness? Like something she gets sick.
That's why we want people to get it now, because if you get it before you're sick, they ain't gonna go back and be like, hold on, you sick? They're gonna be like, oh, you already had life insurance for years. You know what I'm saying? And the way that a lot of these policies work is you can access a lot of the money prior to, if you have a heart attack, stroke, cancer, ALS, dementia, Alzheimer's, kidney failure. My kids got more life insurance than the average person, I promise you, because I'm buying money for them. They got to worry about it. They're never going to have this conversation because daddy take care of them.
Yeah. If anything, you're teaching them what to do as a tradition. You're starting a tradition. This is what you want to do, because they're gonna, you're gonna be a grandparent one day.
Absolutely.
And you want your kids to walk into your footsteps on what you're doing right now for them in their future. I get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, for example, I'm a first-time college graduate. First generation college graduate. My kids, they're not going to know any different.
Okay.
That we fixed that generational curse. Not saying that college is for everybody, but if they want to go to college, it's going to be something that I can talk them through. This is what you need to do. You need to make sure your GPA is here. That's something that I've accomplished for my family. So getting life insurance for our kids is the exact same. That's something that you've accomplished for your family. You got to put a badge of honor and say, look, I took care of my kids before they can take care of themselves. Just like we try to do every day, we try to make sure that our kids are straight, make sure that they're in a place where they ain't got to go through the same things that we went through. It's the same thing with life insurance.
How do we get in contact with you, Mike?
So this is what this is what I want you to do, okay? Because Sinitra Bates, she is the person that is sharp as nails. She is who I want you guys to contact. Yes, you can contact me as well, but I want to give you Sinitra Bates information. Her name is Sidnitra, S-I-D.
Put her number in the chat. In the chat.
Put it right now.
Is that Sinitra Bates?
Bates, yep.
Okay, I'm actually putting their links in the chat here, and
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm putting Mike's and Sinitra's in the chat.
Yep.
Is there any any number you want to link with that or anything?
Yeah. Sinitra, I'm putting hers right now. Boom.
Okay.
Mike Lee. 703.
Mike, today was perfect. Thank you.
I'm here anytime. If there's anybody else that's hearing this call and you see value in this concept and you have a call that you want us to hop on, we have.
Oh. Where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. He kind of like, it dropped on him. Sinitra Bates. We got the number though.
Yeah, I'm putting them in our group chat right now.
Can someone add him back in? I thought I heard him. Yeah, you dropped. It's okay.
Yeah. So if there's anybody that, loves this concept, want more information, want us to talk on a podcast or talk in front of a group of people at church, we talk to schools, we talk to churches, we talk to nonprofit organizations and really explain this concept because it's new. Okay, it's not new to us. It's not a new concept. It's just new to us. But if anybody needs us, just contact us. So Sinitra Bates, for those that's just listening, her phone number is 240-788-5053. And literally we talk every day. So she's just an extension of me. Don't feel like you're not getting the same level because you are. And then
community, I put the website on the things that people don't want to talk about, and in the comment section, I left her name and number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one last question for you.
Of course.
So let's say somebody was like, man, can I sell life insurance? What would you suggest?
What would I suggest? Work with Focused on Community. 1000%. I've been in the industry for a long time. Most companies, their objective is to sell off life insurance. That's it. Slick back sales guy 2.0. No. As a company, the CEO of our company, the president of our company, his name is Chadwick Ray. He started this 14 years ago, almost 15 years ago, with the intent of serve the people. Serve the people. 15 years ago. And where we are now is we got literally over 1,600 people across the country that works with us. So if you want to work with us, just contact us. It's an easy way to make an extra $2 or $3 grand part-time, $2 or $3 grand per month part-time. If you want to scale it up, we do have people that's making six figures and multiple six figures. The insurance industry is it's one of the only trillion with a T, $1 trillion industries. And the caveat is everyone's going to die. The bigger caveat is nobody knows about this. So we stand out anytime we come and talk to anybody about it. We stand out. So if somebody wants to work with us, please just let us know.
All right. Perfect, man. It's always a blessing to have you on with us. I was looking forward to this as well, just like my brother King.
Man.
Yeah, you always come with such great, and we need always be reminded of this as often as possible. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and I wanted to piggyback off of Coach D was saying, Man, how often can we get you on here?
Hey, bro, we're available, man. We're available. I travel the country. I really help people with what I was talking to you about, helping them properly set up their retirement programs and stuff like that. But we got so much representation, dude. We'll be here whenever y'all need us. You know, it might be Sinitra, it might be Chad, the president of the company, but we got all types of representation.
And the reason why I bring this up, I hate to say this, but in our community, we don't trust each other. So I would like to propose for anybody that is watching this, my brother Mike Lee, would it be possible to maybe do something live so they can see how painless and easy it is to get life insurance, and they won't feel like it's a gimmick? Because again, things that people don't want to talk about, brought to you by God Level. We are here to service the community. And I think sometimes even with just saying that and not really seeing the act behind it, it just don't hit as well. You know what I'm saying? So I was wondering, could that be possible?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. I do it every day anyway. So having y'all watch it, see it, all that, that's simple. That's simple. And I think and you hit it right on the head. I think that this is something that people in our community, if we just took the time to slow down and understand it, right? Just slow down just to understand it. I know for a fact, because I've been in the industry, we got communities that say, you know what? Everybody in my family, they're going to get some insurance and they're going to get it through this, you know? We see the change. We see people collectively using the programs. We see people saying, all right, look, I'm going to do a book bag drive. You do the coat drive. All right, you do something for the homeless. Collecting, putting their resources and their minds together. That's what we need, right?
Tools and resources. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what we need, you know? So it's exciting, man. I'm willing to do whatever you guys need me to do, for sure.
I'm so tempted to go live right now and just to take one out just so they can see how easy it is.
Don't play with me.
I'm not playing. I'm dead serious.
Threaten me with a good time.
You hear me?
know what I'm saying?
Cause I'm pretty sure somebody watching this and be like, yeah, I heard him. Yeah, okay, it sound good, but do it really work, or is this for sure? Is it true? What's the gimmick? What's the catch?
No catch, no gimmick. The catch is they don't advertise. So think about it. If you give away millions and millions and millions of dollars every year, you're gonna get on the TV and say, hey y'all, here's how you access all of our money.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's the catch. But if you Google 501c8, you're gonna get a IRS response, and it's gonna talk about not-for-profit life insurance companies. They're called fraternal benefit societies, which are not-for-profit life insurance companies.
And what's the cheapest one you can get right now? Just so they can see how real this is.
I see people get it as cheap as $20, $25. You got some guy?
You say for $25?
I'm trying to go ahead.
Yeah, I see it as low as $25. You know, I see people get policies that's $1,000 a month, just depending on what they want to accomplish. You know,
right? Okay.
But any policy is gonna make them a member.
So it's pretty much catering to your needs and wants at the same time, and what your budget, what you know for a fact that I ain't gonna say trick off, but you know that, hey, you know, I could do 45 and I can get, I don't know, let's say 175 a month. I mean, not 175 a month, but insurance probably for 175,000. You know, so I'm just throwing something out there, some numbers out there. But the key is to make sure there's something that you're comfortable with paying monthly. So like you said, we always got that set up for the next generation, for those that we leave behind.
Insurance is people's age, their health, and their budget. The insurance company cares about their age and their health. I care about their budget.
Their budget.
I'm not going into our community and trying to help people go broke. That's not what this is.
Big fact.
That's not what this is. So I tell people, look, let's find something that's in your budget, something that you can afford month in, month out. If you hit hard times, can you afford this? This is the most important bill that you have. You know? So it doesn't really matter what people's budget is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
go ahead, God
man.
level. Man.
I'm trying to access the 50% off at Sam's Club.
Yeah, go to. I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
I'll walk you through
Now
it.
that's with the life insurance policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop
Literally.
playing.
Bro, I'm telling you.
I mean, he ran off a whole bunch of benefits. He's talking about
Yes, he
popcorn.
did.
He got my
Yes, he did.
attention talking about popcorn.
Yeah, I don't want to pay that $70 just to restart mine back up. And if you talking about 50% off,
60.
60. And a
60?
$25 gift card.
60% off.
That you can spend anywhere?
You know, when you go to Sam's, you buy in bulk, but you're gonna get 60% off of whatever you buy in there.
No. 60% off of the Sam's Club membership.
yeah, the membership. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it's 70 to just join.
Yeah.
So you get yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what mine was.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Hold on. That's
Don't make me go off on y'all on these member deals. Look, they got a Top
What's
Golf
up?
thing that's $50 off Top Golf. They got Sherry's berries. They got flowers. They got all types of stuff. Ball games. You name it, they probably got it. That's why I tell people, like, bro, stop spending your money without checking the stats. Check the stats. See what they got.
What about
You know what I'm
hotel stays and car rentals? Anything in
You
those
said that
areas?
too.
Hotels.
You did?
Car rentals.
stop playing, man.
I was in Orlando
See
a couple
there?
weeks back. I went to Budget. I went to all these other things. They're charging $75 a day. I went through my portal and I found a car for $25, and it was an SUV for $25 a day.
What about airfare? What about airfare?
Airfare. They have a package where you can get hotels, rental cars, and airfare. A package.
Man, who don't need that? I mean, seriously, y'all.
Man, for
How
real.
many of you? I'm telling you. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, yo.
And how many women talking about I'm trying to travel? I'm trying to see the world.
Let's travel and build generational worth.
You hear me?
That's why
And
I'm screaming from the mountaintops. I'm like, y'all, look, y'all better slow down just for 1 second. You gotta slow. Sometimes you gotta slow down so you can speed up.
Facts,
You know what I'm
big
saying?
facts.
That's it.
Sometimes you gotta slow down so you can speed up.
Yeah, that's true.
This-
There was a pastor who called that. He said he did the sermon called "Walking Like a Pigeon." He said, you know, when the pigeon takes a step, his neck goes forward, then it resets, it goes back, and then he goes forward again. He said, so that's the same concept, slowing down so
Yep.
you can speed up, refocus. Yes.
That's right.
Need that balance.
That's right.
Yes.
Man, that's beautiful, man. And then, like you just said, to
Beautiful.
do that, and then on top of that, if you were to sell insurance just to make an extra $3,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever it is, you gotta look at it that you're not only helping yourself in your pocket, but then you're also helping those around you. So you duplicating like many U's, you know, man.
Bro, so when I got into this, I came from the nonprofit sector. I'm 30 years old. I'm making $125,000 a year. I'm doing good.
Say it again. Start over again.
At the time, I was 30. When I found this, I was 30 years old. I was in the nonprofit sector, making about $125,000 a year. I met this guy named Chad. He was 31, and he was making $250,000 a year.
Man.
I was working 80 hours a week. He was working 40 hours a week. I said, bruh, teach me, sensei. What are we doing here? Sign me up. My first year, bro, I worked completely part-time. And made $40,000 working part-time. Part-time. Why? Because nobody knows about this. Again, we're not salespeople. I'm not saying, hey, y'all, everybody, y'all need to hurry up and sign. No, I don't care what people do. I care about people's families. I should be the only one in the relationship that cares about their family. But I don't care if people get insurance. That's not my space. That's not my ministry. However, being able to go out there, educate people, talk to groups of people, talk to churches, talk to schools, talk to organizations about this, there's always going to be a section of people that's like, this makes a lot of sense and I need it. And you get paid for that. The insurance companies pay you a good amount of money for helping them get a new client. Why? Because this client is probably going to be paying for the rest of their lives. It ain't just this month. They're going to keep paying and paying and paying and paying and paying. So yeah, the insurance companies will pay you a good amount of money just to help them out.
Dang, that's crazy. You know, and then I look at it even further. Let me ask you this other question.
Mm-hmm.
Could you sell this insurance and have a felony?
You can't have a felony. You'll have some red tape. If it's been over 10 years, it's going to be easier.
Okay.
But there's typically going to be some type of red tape. The reason is because you're dealing with people's financials. Old school life insurance, you go into people's homes. I don't go into nobody's home. I ain't got time for that. But that comes with the territory.
Got you. Man, that's dope. That's dope. Just the benefits alone behind this.
Yeah.
99% of people have a life. 99% of the people that have a life insurance policy simply have a death benefit. That's what they purchased. Don't nobody remember the policy. Don't nobody think about it until somebody expires. With this, I think about it every day. I'm using it all the time. I ain't going on no trip without
discounts.
I ain't going on no trip without tapping into my discounts. No.
Man, that'd be crazy going to a Carnival cruise. You kicking it in Cabo somewhere, and you sell 3 life insurance policies. Well, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say sell. You help a family get 3 life insurance policies. You paid for the trip.
I went on a cruise. It was supposed to go to Cape, what is it called? Something Stir, Bahamas, but it ended up stopping at what's the main one? The main Bahama island. I forgot the name of it. But on that cruise that we were on, oh yeah, we was talking about some life insurance. Don't get the game twisted. Because no matter what, people gonna ask me, well, what do you do? And I say I help people access resources through their life insurance policy. I help people get not-for-profit life insurance. You know, I educate on this. And of course, there's always the question of how. Tell me more.
Right.
I mean, it's simple stuff.
So have you also helped somebody start their own non-for-profit business in order to tap into the benefits so they can do like maybe a coat drive, food drive, book bag drive?
So here's the dope part about it.
Ooh,
here's the dope part about it.
It's getting sweeter.
You don't need a nonprofit to access the programs. You just got to be 18 years or over.
Run that back, man. Run it back.
You don't need to have a nonprofit organization to access these programs. You literally just have to be 18 years and over. So, for example, I can get the member. I don't have a nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? But I will take the money and I'll go down to the Covenant House, which is a nonprofit, and say, hey, look, let's do something. I'll go down to the YMCA and say, yo, let's do a book bag drive. I'll go to the church and say, hey, look, let's do a coat drive. You know what I'm saying? So you don't actually have to have the nonprofit organization. It's just you have to associate the community grants with some type of nonprofit. There are thousands of them out there.
Nah. I don't believe that.
Thousands.
What's the paperwork behind it? It's got to be some paperwork. Some pull the veil back, bro. Show me something. What we talking about,
bro? Look, I'm telling you, if I could share my screen or if I could get to my computer, I will show you example after example after example after example after example of people collecting this money. Collecting.
I got a whole organization of people that I'm about to turn you on to.
You know who I'm thinking about right now?
I'm just telling you.
Who is that?
Our brother that chimed in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Israel. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's his name.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I didn't know the whole. Yeah, I just know Israel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's burning in my head deeply right now.
I'm just telling you, bro.
This could help him.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes everything because now we have a whole bunch of broke philanthropists out here. We got a whole bunch of people that really want to give. They got the heart to serve, but they don't have the resources. You know, the way their checking account is set up. You know, they got checkings and the savings.
Right,
you know,
right.
This is something, again, I'm using other people's money all the time. Philanthropy has always been a huge part of my business model because giving is a law. You know, you must give to bear fruit. You must plant seed to bear fruit. And you don't plant and harvest in the same season. These are all laws, right?
Facts.
So now I have the ability to give, but it's not through me. It's my service that I'm giving, right? It's not my money. It's my service. It's my time that I'm giving. And people are getting, all types of stuff. Literally, a couple months back, like I said, I go to what's called the Covenant House. It's a homeless shelter down here. They're doing an incredible job. They got like music studios. John, shout out to you. You know, they got all types of stuff. They have artists. They have motivational speakers come in and talk. So I'm like, oh, this is dope. I got to be a part of this. I contacted Mr. Rogers, who's the director, and said, how can I help? I came with my hands full, not asking for a handout, not asking for anything. How can I help? And he said, this is what you can do. And guess what? That's what I did.
That's dope. That's peace. That's peace. You step to them. They say, hey, we need, I'm just throwing something out there. We need 200 blankets. Say less.
Next question.
Wow.
Next question. Up to $2,000. So you can apply for a grant up to $2,000 multiple times a year. You can get the $2,000 grant 3 times a year. And you can get the $200 grant twice a year. So that's $6,400 a year that you can get, and it ain't got nothing to do with your pockets. We have a grant committee that will show people how to do it.
To give back to the community.
Hold on, he said something important. Say it one more time.
I said we have a grant committee that can show people how to do it.
So what you trying to imply? You don't have to. What's the word I want to look for?
Wait a minute.
Wreck your brain trying to figure out how to write a grant in order to let's say skip the part where the underwriter approves it or not. No, you have a committee.
We got a committee
specifically to make sure you get the grant money and use it for what it's for.
We got a committee, and here's the even better part about it.
Come on,
the grant process ain't different. It's not traditional grant writing because it's not going through the government. It's literally going through these not-for-profit life insurance companies, and for them to maintain their not-for-profit status, they're required to give it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a lot of red tape. Actually, what they would do is if you fill it out incorrectly, just like a teacher, the teachers that we used to like back in the days, they'll say, hey, look, you got this one wrong, you got this one wrong, go back and change these answers, and then turn it back in. That's how they do it. Why? Because they're required to have this. They're not trying to keep people out. They're trying to bring people in.
All right, so her spin. What's the turnaround on that? Let's say what's today? Today's Sunday. Let's say I do my paperwork turn in tomorrow. Roughly what I'm looking at.
1 to 3 business days for your policy to get approved, and then it's going to take the company to take maybe 4 or 5 business days to recognize your certificate number. You don't have a policy number because they ain't got shareholders. They ain't got policy holders. They have members. So you'll get your certificate number. It's going to take maybe 4 or 5 days for the computer system to recognize that. And then you can log into your back office. I'm going to show God Level and John how to log into their back office and see all the stuff that I'm talking about right now.
Oh my God, I got a question, but I'm going to wait.
Okay.
What? It can't. Nah, man. It can't be this easy.
Yeah.
It can't be this easy. And the reason why I say it can't be this easy, this is something that is very, 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 very much so needed in our community.
Yeah.
We shy away from this for the simple fact, like you just pointed out, my brother, the red tape, the hoops we got to jump through. We get discouraged. We don't want to do the work. Sometimes we don't want to read the fine print, let alone somebody hold our hand and they try to tell us what it is. And you looking at them, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I've been down this road before and they denied me. They told me I had to do this. It took 30 days, 60 days for somebody to call me back. I've been calling the same number. Ain't nobody answering all of a sudden now. And what you saying, basically less than 10 days prior to the date that you probably need the money to well, not you need the money, but you want to buy or purchase whatever is needed for the non-for-profit whoever, shelter, whatever. So less than 10 days, you can get your hands on this money and you can go doing your due diligence and become a pillar in the community and help out?
You can become a pillar. So this is how the money works. You get your policy, you get your certificate number, you apply for the grant. The $200 grant, it takes them 2 days to say yes. It's literally, this is what I want to do. Okay. For the $2,000 grant, you want your project to be at least 8 weeks away. But the way that they do it is they tier it. Okay. So if you wanted the entire $2,000, it has to be 8 weeks away. If you wanted $1,500, it got to be 6 weeks away. If you wanted $1,000, it got to be 4 weeks away. They tier it for you, right? So the money, like, it's very, very simple to apply for. You log into your back office. There's a button that says activities. You click on activities and you go to the grants and you just type it up. 5 to 10 minutes tops.
Small businesses.
So it's not for the actual business, it's for the individual. So you, God level, can apply for the grants. And then again, it's for a 1-day volunteer event. Okay. Now, this is what I do as a small business owner. I say, hey, y'all, this is Mike Lee with Sankofa Bottling Company. You guys know about my high-end spirits brand, but today I'm down here at the Covenant House and I'm giving a ton of food to the homeless. And I go into it. I talk about how philanthropy is a major part of our business model, how it's not about just having fun, but it's also giving back. So I'm bringing optics to me, the business owner. People don't buy products. People buy people that have products. People don't buy services. People buy people that have services. So I'm bringing optics to me, the business owner. However, this is for the general community. Same thing with a book bag job. Hey, y'all, come on down. You know, it's me, Mike Lee, with this business. Look, we having a book bag job. I know y'all know me for this, but today we giving back to the kids. That's how you run your show. And what ends up happening is when people come down, you tell them, how did you do it? I had never heard of this before. When I heard about it, I became a member and I started using the programs. Now that I'm using the programs, this is how you access it.
So it has to be 8 weeks out.
For the $2,000.
For the $2,000 though, but
so I started in May.
Man.
I started in May with my grant application for, August, September book bag giveaway.
Oh yeah. As long as you got 2 months, like, so what's this? This is September, so October, November. If you wanted to do a turkey trot or something like that, okay, it's about that time. Or Toys for Tots in December for the kids, it's about that time.
And they send you a check and you go handle your business.
So it won't be a check, it's gonna be a blue card, a blue debit card with your name on it. And all you do is you go to Walmart or whatever store, you swipe, you buy whatever the things you need, you hold on to the receipt, and then once you're done with the event, you just send them the blue card and the receipt back. You itemize it. This is what I got. You send it back to them, and that's it. You send them pictures to let them know that you had the event, and that's it.
Stop playing, man.
That's it.
You basically just saying if us 5 right now got a policy, became a member, and we say, hey, y'all, guess what? So we can show them that God level things that people don't want to talk about is in the community. Man, we're going to do blankets and coats.
Blankets and coats.
We could come up with 10 grand, 8 to 10 grand by Thanksgiving. Find a non-for-profit organization and be passing this out.
So
come on, man. Stop
here's
playing,
the rule.
man.
Here's the rule. You can't combine your grants together. Okay?
Oh, okay.
But let's be creative. God level, you do an event this week. You do the coat drive.
See what I'm saying, man?
And you do the book bag drive.
See what
John,
I'm saying?
you do the Toys for Ties. Coach D, you do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're giving the money away. They're giving it away.
We could be doing something different. Like, if we wanted to get started now for the month of December, every week we will be doing something different in the month of December.
That's what I'm saying.
Toys, the blankets, the food. Every week. Oh my God.
And by the way, shout out to Ivy. She gives me life, by the way. She is 100% engaged. She is 100% engaged.
Now you know why we love her so much.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we love Ivy.
Absolutely.
Man, is anybody listening to this? Miss Tanner, you killing the chat. But is anybody
Yes.
listening? Who is watching this? Anybody? Please,
Right.
like, do you understand? Like, I'm just saying for me personally, God love you too. I already know what you thinking. You thinking it 2 times. I'm thinking the same thing. And you telling me I could do this 3 times in a
Yes.
year?
Mm-hmm.
Come
Yep.
on, man. Come on, man.
Yep.
That book bag drive will be that.
I'm thinking about the daddy daughter dinner dance.
Buy outfits for the fathers and
What?
daughters.
Let's go.
Man, what?
Let's go.
Huh? Get those little girls lined up, get everybody her done? Huh?
Mm.
Now, is there a certain time once you become a member, do you have access to these grants right away, or is it you got to be a member for a certain amount of time?
So you'll have access right away. It's just going to take the insurance companies maybe 4 or 5 days to recognize your certificate number to be able to log in.
Gotcha. That's still good. That's not
Then
bad.
after that, you can start applying for grants.
You said what, God level?
You can start applying for grants. Hold on.
Yeah, y'all, you and John, y'all are straight.
Let's
I'm
do
literally
a,
gonna show y'all how to do it.
let's do a code drive.
Do a code drive.
Man, let's do a life insurance drive.
Straight
Just
up.
think about that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, in December, newborn. I ain't never seen you smile before. You've been smiling the last 15 minutes straight. So, who is that?
Man, do you
Mr. Lee just gave me the hamsters. That will
look this?
Look, they running.
Look, I'm on this. How I'm looking at it is, bro. I'm finna say, nah. I'm calling you King Lee. Listen, I've been begging about getting in contact with you to bring you on because we've been talking about human trafficking, right? And we talking about what are some of the things we can do to protect our community, protect the youth, right? So if we ourselves, like, let's just say this 6, if we become infectious just from talking to you, we get policies. We start doing drives, right? And we start touching another person. At some point, it ain't just gonna lie on the responsibility of the mother. It ain't gonna lie just on the responsibility of the father. It's gonna be the responsibility of the community. Something like this brings us together to even have conversation.
That's right.
Again, things that people don't want to talk about, man. We talking about life insurance, man.
right.
You know how many black males come up missing in St. Louis, Missouri?
The streets is hot right now. I said, don't come out, man.
Man, I'm not even. Man, you don't even understand what I'm saying. It's you know how we continue to talk about the problem, but what's the solution? And sometimes the solution is you gotta eradicate the problem by being present. This right here helps you become present. You understand what I'm saying, bro? This hit way.
It's major, bro.
Man, look here, bro.
This is why I joined this cause 7 years ago. I wasn't bad off. I was making decent money. But I'm like, bro, hold on. I get to do this. See, you got to people and you got get to people. You know, some people say, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. Oh, I got to go here. No, I get to do this. I get to talk to my community about accessing resources. I get to talk to them about how life insurance actually works. Not from the sales point, not from the standpoint of, okay, you need to get something with me. It's no, here's how term works. Here's how permanent works. This is exactly how it works. I get to. So we're on the same page.
And this how you apply pressure and be that example, be that pillar, be that plumb line. This how you help them show, like, no, I ain't talking. I'm about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, God love. I'm sorry.
No, we've had a lot of viewers tonight. Thank you, Mike. And I hate now that I posted, current events. I need to go back and rephrase that and put life insurance. But everyone that's watching it, do not be afraid to share this live, especially on something especially on something this important. Recap. Carlos Brown just said recap. But please share this live. Get the word out. We need more of our people to have life insurance versus GoFundMe's and fish fries.
Absolutely.
It's almost like another way to say the youth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just how Ivy's mind is running, my mind continues to run 7 years into this thing. It's like, wow, the impact, the thumbprint that we can actually put in our communities, because people are going to look up to somebody. Who are they looking up to?
Bro, that's my whole point. What you just said.
Who are they looking up to?
That's my whole point.
You know?
Skywalker mentioned before, Coach D mentioned it before. The problem is when you become an adult as a black man, you're not looked at as a black man in a position of power, money, or even credit. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And here it is, you giving us something that's almost a little bit of nothing that a brother might, trick off here and there. And if he do this monthly, he got benefits on the back end. But then he got access to tools and resources to be a pillar in the community. Mm-hmm. Even if he's just doing it by himself. So if he wanted to go to the local Boys and Girls Club and the football team needed, I don't know, shoes. Hey, I got $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now they looking at you like, man, hey, yo, Coach Diamond, he got us some shoes, man. That's how you remember you had got that cornerback we cut through? Yeah, and I came from the blind side because we had them shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So now we looking for Coach D to come back. We're looking for King Newborn to come back. We're looking for Skywalker, God level. You see what I'm saying? Mike Lee, we're looking for them to come back. And them kids remember that when they get older, man.
Absolutely.
And see this, I was just telling this to God level and this whole panel know. I'm reinstating my barber's license. My thing was always talking to these little boys, man, bro. I used to on Sundays, the barbershop's closed on Sundays. On Sundays, I used to do a thing, the barter system. I didn't want your money. When you came in, this is what I would ask, bro. You either bring me toilet paper, paper towels, soap detergent, or laundry detergent for your child to get a haircut. And y'all can call my bluff on this. I didn't want your money. I was trying to change something then.
Mm-hmm.
And then with what you just telling me, I get my license, I go back to doing that, and then oh man, look at her.
Bro, the reach that we have. The reach that we have with this, it keeps me up at night. I'm not gonna lie. I wake up, I go to sleep every night feeling good about what I do, and I just think about what happens when the right people get a hold of this. What happens when this is no longer uncommon information in the Black community? It might take us some time, but it's gonna happen. We're gonna get more Black people educated about this. We're gonna get Black people educated about this.
You know what I love.
I'm on board already. I'm on board, flat out.
Just this morning I was teaching a class, leading a book study on our ancient understanding of Ma'at, which is order, which is law and everything, coming out of this book that's written by the founder of Kwanzaa, by the way, Dr. Maulana Karenga. And we were just going over like what Ma'at is. It literally is being virtuous, doing something for the community, doing something that's pleasing not only to the people, but pleasing to the divine, pleasing to the creator. This is one of those things, because when it's leaving a good and a positive imprint on a community as a whole, it's giving them an opportunity where these opportunities don't exist all around. So like you say, it's only a few of these not-for-profit life insurance companies. And for us to have access to you the way we do, it is truly a blessing. And my heart is overjoyed. Really appreciate you, brother. Really, really do.
I appreciate you, man, and the service.
Divine work.
The service that you're providing, though, like I ain't gonna let it slide. Like, I appreciate what you're doing for you and your community. The research that you do, the teaching that you give, the coaching that you give, it's major. You know, it's major. I remember my first mentor that wasn't my father. I needed that because sometimes people are just way too close to really have the impact that they want to have. But I remember my first mentor really explaining to me the importance of order, which is what you've been talking about.
Yes.
The importance of having a strategy and having quality relationships in my life. And those things, the lessons that he taught me has made me into the person that I am today. So the same thing is happening with the work that you're doing. The compound effect is
Well, thank
working.
you.
And it's a generational thing. It's a generational thing. So I'm grateful.
Well, thank you. Well, we are our ancestors all over again. So I really
Facts.
appreciate that. It's divine
Man.
work. Yes.
I just-
Bro, you just gave me another level of peace, man. King, you just gave me another level of
Yes.
peace, like for real. And I'm not playing. John, to tell you, I keep asking about you. I'm like, man, you know, how we get back in contact with him? Like, bro, we really, hey, seriously.
I've been sitting on his number all this time.
I just told God level this our year. Me and God level was just talking on the phone yesterday. I said, this our year. This our year. We got to figure out how do we make it work? How do we get out there? How do we get seen? How do we get them to come in to be like, mess with us? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Break. Also, when you do your events, let them know what you're doing. Listen, we run a podcast. This is who we are. We educate on stuff like this.
See what I'm saying?
Take this information.
Who is that?
And this is how you network with other not just other podcasts, but like if you want to get the word out through the radio station, or just like you say, just having a presence in a community. Period, man. We doing this podcast from several different states. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We
I
are.
was just gonna say that's Israel picking on me over here. Cut it out, brother.
They'll make
That's
his
so funny.
chest muscles jump. Hey, man. Go ahead. This was great. Tonight's topic was actually current events, but I just went ahead and changed it on Facebook to life insurance because this
But it is
well
a current
needed.
event.
And it is well needed in our community. No more
Yes.
GoFundMe's, no more fish fries. Let's be better with our finances and making sure that our loved ones are straight when we leave here. And also get them started on the right path as well, and take advantage of all those membership benefits that we soon to be taking advantage of several times a year, just to give back to the community. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know,
Beautiful.
man, it's a blessing and a curse, because when you sit and you really think about it, man, if it's not real estate, it's life insurance that create the most millionaires in this world.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know a lot of them. So, and I was gonna ask you too, Mike, are you able to service people in different states?
Absolutely.
Because I got several communities in different states that I want you to actually talk to. This would just be a blessing to them.
Absolutely.
So I'll be in touch. I got your number.
See, the part I love the most about this, man, this not even putting nobody in a position of trying to sell nobody nothing.
right.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to sell nobody nothing.
that.
If anything, the sell pitch would be exactly the fact that, yo, just get it so you can get the benefits. No, I mean, seriously, think about that. Be like, hey, man, I know you took your lady to the movies the other day. You could have did that for like $7. No, I mean, no, really think about what I'm talking about.
You hitting it right on the head.
Right on
You
the
hitting it right
head,
on the
huh?
head.
Just think about that. Oh, man, you just said you just came back from Atlanta, or you just came back from Vegas. You could have booked that off the life insurance policy. What you say? You could do a whole package deal. You can book the flight, the hotel, and the car rental, and you say you just got an SUV. Here's something that's for real, for real.
$25 a day.
Come
I heard
on, man.
that for $25 a day.
Yep.
So when I get ready to head out of town, all I need to do is
just log in. I'll show you.
Hold on. No, I'm finna hit her in the head with it. I already know what God level went. I was finna get to it. See, we just hit our 100th episode. We just hit our 100th episode last week.
yes, we did.
But we also been talking about when we all gonna meet up for the first time, my brother.
Yes, sir.
So if God level panel get life insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
We able to book through our Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Stop playing with me, man.
You're seeing what I see. You know, you're seeing what I've been seeing for the last 7 years. And it's exciting. It's exciting because this is something that, again, the concept isn't new. It's just new to us. If you guys are hearing this and there is interest, successful people make decisions while the emotions are high. They don't let the emotions come all the way down and say, all right, well, let me think. No, send Sinitra a text message. Hey, let's get on the line sometime this week. I want to just talk about my options. I want to see what programs you guys got. I want to see what you can do for me. I want to see what you can do for my kids. Send her a text message. Guess what? She's going to let me know because I talk to her every single day. She's like the person that I train more than anybody else in the entire country. And I train hundreds of people in this industry. So send her a message and we got you. This is something that I feel like if everybody just deserves to know. I don't care what people do. I think people deserve to know that they have these options.
Bro, this oh man.
And we go into that community and do drives.
Man, you don't even understand.
It sounds like we need to take turns going to each other communities and doing drives.
He just said you could do it 3 times a year.
Yeah.
But it get bigger than that. You creating a whole nother level of networking by doing this. 100%. The exposure that come behind it and the trust that you build in the community. Other people that's looking at you like, what they doing over there? I want to be a part.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I'm just saying sometimes the lane ain't even there yet. You got to create it. Bro, this I ain't got no hamsters, but I got a lot of mini-me's in my head and I'm thinking of all the things that could be done.
Yeah.
I just caught the vibe of the music behind the scenes, man. I love that. Throw your tools up.
I just want to reiterate, I appreciate you, King. I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming on tonight.
I appreciate you guys.
That was the show.
Real talk, man.
That's the first show after the 100, and we came through the door talking about life insurance. That was the show.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Give thanks.
You just gave me confirmation of everything that I talked about today. And it all boils down to execution. Even in what you was saying when you was talking about I don't want to mess up her name. How you pronounce her name?
Sinitra.
Okay. Even when you was telling her, well, explain it to her. I hate to talk like that. When you was explaining to her, when you got to do things in the moment, when the passion is high. Because the moment you allow that passion to dwindle, you'll find something else to do. You'll get distracted. You'll put it off. You won't even get back to it. You forget. Now, what was I doing again? Because you were supposed to be doing it then, right then and there. Decide, choose, execute, man. Let me cut my mic off, man, because man.
He turned into like
I love it, man. I'm excited, man. You can't teach energy, and you definitely have a good understanding.
Either you got it or you don't.
You got it or you don't. You got it or you don't.
Oh my God. Indeed. I don't Shoot, we just gonna let that breathe. We don't even have to add anything to that. Thank you for coming on. I almost forgot you reminded me. You came ready, Freddy, and you. Yeah. Oh, he didn't turn it off. He's still there.
I'm her, but just for the sake of argument, I want to thank Carlos A. Brown for chiming in. He wanted a smaller, brief recap, and King Mike. Yeah, I would greatly appreciate that, my brother. I would greatly appreciate that.
1000%. So I'm gonna explain it all to you. Okay. The name of the company that I work with is called Focused on Community, and what we are is we are a community-based life insurance collaborative. Okay. Why we're collaborative and not a sales force is because we don't care about the sales of life insurance. That's not our focus. Our focus is educating people, especially in the Black community, on 501c8 entities. 8. Okay. A lot of us have heard of 501c3s, like our churches, our schools, and our charitable organizations, but that 3 is simply a type. There is 29 different 501c categories that people set up their businesses in, and the 8s give us access to a tremendous amount of resources. Scholarship money for our kids, over 300 scholarships they give away every single year, and they're $10,000 each. Grant money, you can literally apply for a grant every quarter to serve your community, and there ain't no red tape. It's apply for it and wait for the money to come in. Okay, they have a certain amount of money in each region. We never know how much money is in those regions, but we also know we ain't never seen nobody tap a region out. Apply. They got online learning courses. They have a program for people that have diabetes where they'll get discounted medications in the mail. They got a program, it's called a discount club, Member Deals Discount Club, where you get discounts on everyday things that you buy. They got hundreds of discounts that you can actually tap into. And all of this is through not-for-profit life insurance companies. Now, how does that work? I'm gonna give you an example so you can kind of understand the concept. 501c1s, okay? We talked about the 8s. The 501c1s are not-for-profit banks. We call them federal credit unions. And because they're not-for-profit, you get the lowest fees, you get the best interest rates, you get the new home buyer seminar, all because they're not-for-profit. The people at Navy Fed ain't no better than the people at Bank of America, but the way that they set up their business structure requires them to do these things. So if you understand that concept in banking, the exact same thing happens in life insurance. The exact same thing happens. But because they're not for profit, number one, it's going to be cheaper than these big name companies that you hear on the television all the time, because they don't have the overhead of can I get a hot tub or like a good neighbor. They don't have the commercials. That's why you've never heard of this. Okay, so it's always going to be cheaper. And then number two, it comes with a laundry list of programs. We talk specifically about the programs because we think that they're worth talking about in the Black community. So all the stuff that you heard, all of this stuff is through not-for-profit life insurance companies. And it doesn't matter how big or small the life insurance policy is. Just like at the bank, it don't matter if you got $50 or $50,000 in your Navy Fed account. You Navy Fed, go to the home buyer seminar because you're a member. The exact same thing. So we just try to educate on that. We know that the concept isn't new. It's just new to us. So that's the recap of who we are and what we do.
All right.
Brother.
Sounded
Well, I
even
got
better the second time.
It really did.
Yeah.
Man. It really did.
I just sent you a text.
Excellent.
But before you got into life insurance, what was your background again?
I was an event coordinator. So I used to put on a lot of special events for Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, the Epilepsy Walk, the Walk for AIDS, the Army 10 Miler. I would handle all of the logistics.
Get the fuck out of here, for real?
Yep, I would handle all of the logistics. So tables, tents, chairs, stage, lighting. I'll pull the permits. I'll hire the trash removal staff. I'll hire the security. I'll show up early, leave late, all that stuff. So, I've always been in the nonprofit sector. I've always saw that. So when I found out that there was money that I can actually access, even though I was intimate with the events and stuff like that, I still didn't feel like I was helping my people. I still didn't feel like I didn't see enough of us showing up. So I would go and I'd be like, huh. And then when I found the homie and he told me this was in the nonprofit space, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in. I'm in. You're gonna have to kick me out.
So, you started this 10 years ago.
7 years ago. Yep.
Seven. And you ain't look back, have you?
I ain't look back, bro.
Game changer.
When you have your first death claim, it messes you up. Because it's kind of like anything. It's kind of like playing sports and you got preseason. You practice, and then you have a game. It's like, oh, so all that practice is actually doing something. You know, so I was helping people, and then I had a death claim. My first death claim was a lady named Miss Gladys Knight, spelled the same way and everything. And I remember meeting with her. She said, look, baby, I got some medical stuff happening. You know, I don't know if I can get life insurance. I said, oh yeah, you can get some life insurance. She says, well, look, I want to get something so I can take care of my daughter. She's in college right now. I want to be able to pay off the house as well as pay for the rest of her school. Do you not know 6 months later, Miss Gladys Knight died in a car accident? Died in a car accident. We get an email that these people have passed away, you know, found out she passed away in a car accident, and it messed me up, bro. 20-year-old girl lost her mother, but the house is paid off and her school is paid for. Damn. It messed me up. And ever since, I've had a different vigor about what I do. I've had a different passion about it because I know all of us every single one of my clients, and I got thousands of them, every single one of my clients are going to pass away at some point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, the crazy side of this, man, between life insurance and being a mortician, you'll never run out of, I hate to say clients.
No, death is a nobody gets out of life alive. So that's
all. Just thinking that, nobody gets out of this alive.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
so
just
knowing that you should want to prepare for that. You should want to be prepared.
Just the educational, but the information that you have, brother. If this became infectious, do you know? And you know, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. Do you know within 2 years what this would do to a small community?
Oh, bro, I know exactly what it would do to a small community because I see it here in the DC area. Like, I got a lot of clients that's local just because I'm here. And guess what? I'll be on their ass. I'm like, look, you need to apply for those grants. Like, let's get this money. You know, your kids, yes, get your son a book bag, but get the whole community a book bag. Let's go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? And I see the change. I see people all the time applying for the grants, getting the grants. They're sending pictures, they're sending videos of things that's happening. But what I need those people to understand is you are the community leader. Everyone's waiting for everybody else. But when you step up and you do something that's actively bringing education, resources, and funding into the Black community, you stand out as the community leader. So now you carry the credibility to tell everybody else what they need to be doing.
You the superhero.
You the superhero.
The next time you come on, can you bring pictures and videos?
Absolutely. I got hundreds of them. Hundreds of them.
All right.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, you make me want to do like a workshop with you, and we sit down and be like, no, come here, you. Come here. I'm gonna pay for the first month. You take care of it from there, man.
Yeah, man. It's exciting. It's exciting to, be a part of something that's bigger than myself.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of us, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's bigger than ourselves, and this definitely fits that mold for sure.
Oh, absolutely. With that being said, that's gonna take us out right there. Being a part of something bigger than ourselves, we got it in us to all do it. Come together as a community to change the community that we are in. This is God Level. I want to thank Mike Lee for coming on tonight. John Master Skywalker for the music in the background. Coach D, he's gonna always keep it on the spiritual level, and King Newborn, he's just gonna give you straight facts.
and
Mike, don't
passion.
hang up, man. Mike, don't hang up. Please don't
And
hang up, man.
Ivy, she couldn't
I got
be
you,
here
bro.
tonight, but thanks for chiming in. She had some very good questions that kept the show going. Tonight was supposed to be current events. I've already renamed it on Facebook for life insurance. Check it out. With that being said, we will see you all back here next week, next month. We're doing all healthcare. Oof. And then we'll end off with Mike on life insurance.
That's right.
Man, we need it, man. We need it.
All right.
Again, it's a good way to kick it off and end it. Yes.
Yes, kick it off and
Real.
end it. Again, we will see y'all. Do y'all got any closing statements, anything y'all want to say before
Please,
John take us out?
please, please, please share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Please help God level things that people don't want to talk about podcasts. Get to the level where we can see God level things that people don't want to talk about podcasts actively in the community. Hey man, it takes a community to take care of a community. Like,
Yes,
for
and
real,
also,
man.
and if you're on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube, let us know in the chat some things that you might want us to talk about. Okay, some things that some issues that you might want to see brought up, and for us to put it on the table and pound it out. And again, like you said, like, share, love, make sure and subscribe. Make sure we get out there. Appreciate you.
Oh, and don't forget, we pump up your business too. We pump up your business.
Yes.
Just like what brother Mike Lee just done, we could do the same thing with you.
Yes.
We could do the same thing with you. We help each other.
John, anything? All right. You got me, John.
Salute.